All right, pretty big update here. It is back together. Torque tube installed. I finally got the exhaust off. I cleaned this. Starter's in. Clutch plate is in. Damp flex pressure plate is in. New flywheel's in. Reference sensor and speed sensor are in and spaced. I forget what the diameter is, but it's like a washer. So I've given this a few rotations. It's pretty tight right now because it's on like compression stroke, but there's no slop at all. So before, with that dampener that was broken, I could rotate this about 180 degrees ish until it would hit those prongs. So it's in. I was slightly concerned because I could barely get the torque tube to the bell housing, and I just had to like start a bolt, and then I cranked it down because I don't know what it was hanging up on. Something. There's so much stuff crammed on top of this between the body of the car, like the transmission lines here. But anyway, I was able to completely rotate it with this. I can't do it with one hand. There we go. Because it's on, like I said, the compression stroke. But I don't know if I have hands to do this. Definitely not. Yeah. So you rotate. And then I got on the crank bolt and just cranked it over a couple revolutions to just make sure that everything was good to go. I don't really remember what it felt like when it was just attached to the dampener plate. I felt like it spun a little more freely, but it doesn't sound like anything's binding up. It doesn't feel like anything's binding up. This rotates great. And it rotates at the same speed as the engine. So I'm definitely not, when the compression stroke lets go, it spins a little more freely until I hit the next compression stroke. So I'm calling this a victory. I'm pretty pumped to be putting, I did get some new seals for these bad boys. I'm going to repack them with grease. And then I've got new CV axle seals that I'm going to install. Let me get out of here. Yeah, so just a better look up here. Torque tubes installed. A lot of this weird asbestos-like insulation came off while I was doing that, so I'm sure that'll be good. But pretty pumped to get this exhaust out. I have a new pipe, not a new pipe. I have a different pipe that I'm going to install that's got an O2 sensor on it. I'm just going to spray the shit out of it with brake clean and hope for the best on that, because it doesn't really feel like it's coming free either. Yeah, we're going to get some new transaxle seals because there was a lot of crap. I hit this with a pressure washer the other day to clean it up. But there was a lot of like oil kind of all over the top of this. So it's like the only place I can think of where it would be coming from. And it's a pretty known leak, pretty well-known leak area. Yeah, you can see there's still some grease that I left under there. So I'm going to get new axles put in. I got a new filter and gasket for the pan that wasn't leaking, but I figured I should change the filter on it anyway because it's probably never been done. But we're to the reassembly stage, which I'm pretty pumped about. Like I said, I got the reference sensors. Put in and gapped. So that's the reference sensor. This one's the speed sensor. And then I marked these plugs as well. Yeah, see that one's got a dab on it. So I know where it is. I got a new voltage regulator that I'm gonna install into the alternator. Alternator spins fine. Doesn't make any noises or anything, but I'm not getting any power, so I'm assuming there's a little blue guy. And that runs through a light bulb in the gauge assembly, and I might have put an LED in there. So that's probably the issue we're having there. But I'm done for the night. All right, I think that's going to do it for tonight, though. I'm pretty tired, so I don't know. Maybe tomorrow I'm still going to install that because I can do those axle seals while that's in the car. Plus, it's probably going to be, shouldn't be hard. Shouldn't be hard now. It was a lot harder taking it out when I was on jack stands and this thing was like 15 inches off the ground. But feel pretty good about this. Feeling pretty good about it. We'll see what happens. I got some, that's a specialty tool I made for the reference sensor. And then I got some set of these, I don't know, Amazon special wrenches. That made my life a lot easier. And it goes all the way up to like 24 millimeters, and it was like $8, but works. Seems like it's pretty heavy. And then I got some thin boys to get into some areas that are kind of hard to reach, like that stupid ground bolt. And if you've done this job or you've done a clutch job and you had to remove the bell housing, you know what bolt I'm talking about. On the very back of the bell housing, top, underneath the heater control valve, there's just a bolt, and every ground of the engine runs to it. They couldn't find anywhere else on this engine to put that. So cool. Tucked out of the way. I'm never doing this job again. I don't care if I turn the key and this detonates. That's where we're at. I really hope that doesn't happen, but shouldn't. What else? Is there anything else I can touch on? I got new floor mats coming. That's just the difference in the color. So you got your 40 years of sun that turned it like a white. And then I think it was like this coffee color originally, because that's where the floor mat was and that's where the seat was. And it's the same on the other side. But yeah, interior is going to be a lot nicer than the exterior for a while. I'm going to put some shocks in. I thought these were kind of weak looking, but they're the same size as the ones that are in there, so I'm just going to send it while I'm under there. Paint gun, Astro Euro Pro HE. And then I've got to figure out what's going on, because the plug to the HVAC, there's one just sitting behind the console and it's not plugged into anything, and I can't find where. It's like this long plug with a bunch of holes in it, and it should have a male and female side that clasp together, and I can't find where it is. So I pulled this cover off to get a better look at the HVAC system. But man, the interior of this car is looking pretty mint. I'm pretty excited to drive it. That's happening. I don't give a shit if it's one ride. I just cursed. I don't know if YouTube has an issue with that, but I'm at least going down the driveway. Probably in neutral. Anyways, that's going to do it for tonight. I have to do some welding next week to get the, not next week, Saturday maybe, get the exhaust going. It's just sitting over there. But yeah, I will, if I do some more work this week and I make a lot of progress, I'll do another video.